first half?
Dave, I'm shocked at our shooting, period. I'm shocked. We work at it, we work at it, we work at it. We're getting open looks. We know that the guys down low are going to be double. It's frustrating. You keep on, trying to go to people to, see if you can get someone to make a couple, but teams are going to continue to give you shots until you make them. So, shocked is an understatement, at that. As bad as the first half was offensively, we only gave up 24 points. I mean, you give up 24, and then we give up 22, and we can't score the notion. But on the flip side, we're missing some bunnies. And, it's something that it's not going to go away. We're going to have to continue to work with. But surprise is an understatement.
Is it almost disappointing that you guys had probably one of your better games as far as turnovers go, and you're getting open looks, and then you just can't turn them into anything?
As they say, we're standing on the beach, can't throw it in the ocean right now. I have turnovers were pretty good. Could have been a lot better. Talk to Brandon. Brandon can't continue to turn the ball over. And a lot of his turnovers have to do with just trying to be too aggressive. You got to tone down, calm down. But, what do you say, Kevin? You give up 46 points, so you have to be pleased with that. But, we have to figure out a way to I don't know, produce more offense. Maybe I got to go back to the drawing board and, maybe we can't play half court. It's not doing us any good. We're not winning that way. And because we have to be able to produce, a few more points.
Brandon came out just as aggressive in the second half, shooting-wise and going to the basket-wise as he did in the first half. Did you kind of talk to him at halftime and tell him not to be so deflated about that over 10 start?
Well, it's hard not to be deflated. Well, you can't be deflated because he has to play, but it's the nature of the shots, and it's the crazy thing in the game. Same shots he was making a few nights ago didn't go tonight, and it's one of those things that they were gonna, make us make those shots, and then what I'm proud, he got to the free throw line 11 times. He did do that, and he converted from the free throw line. And it's not necessarily him. We have too many guys that are coming up over. 3 for 18 from 3, and I don't know how many of those were truly contested, to where the big guys did a good job of passing out the double team and giving us open looks. And, we're just not making shots.
Did anyone have a good game tonight on your squad?
Tough question, Jeremy. Why you? Tough question. I mean, I really don't know. I look at this and it can't make sense of it. Can't make sense of it. It's just.
Were there any matchups that you were looking to kind of exploit, or not necessarily exploit, but kind of go-to matchups that you were looking at before the game, kind of didn't pan out?
No. It was. We thought we were going to get exactly what we were going to get. We were going to get double teamed in the post. We were going to have to make passes out of the post and make shots, and that's exactly.
So it was kind of a take what the defense gives you type of thing?
Absolutely, and they gave us exactly what we thought we were going to get, and we executed to a point without the ball going through the bucket.
Would you say that as far as defense goes, this is probably one of your more complete games this season?
We were okay defensively. I don't think we did a great job in the post. You know what I'm saying? Jared Jones, we kind of let him get loose. I wasn't pleased with that. But, you know, what do you say? You hold the team to 46 points, you know, but I guess you can say they held us to 42. But it is frustrating at this point. It's very frustrating. You go back, you try and figure out what you're doing. Do I think we're that bad? Not at all. Not even remotely, closely, you know, but.
Did you get any word on Anthony Newell's injury?
No, that one was very depressing. He's a fine young man, great player, better person, graduated back in December. You know, all the things this stuff is supposed to be about, he exemplifies. And, you know, it's like that was deflating. You know, even in battle, to see a young man like go down. And, you know, I went down just to give Billy some support and Anthony some support. And, you know, I said, Billy, what happened? He said, you know, one of our kids thought they fell on him. They didn't fall on him. Billy said he came down awkwardly. He was going after a rebound, and he just awkwardly. And so, you know, hopefully, as always, you hope it's not as bad, you know. But I think it is pretty bad, you know, in that regard. And so, you know, our prayers go out to him, and, you know, you just don't like to see things of that nature, especially the good kids.
Obviously, you feel that you got to get more out of Dobbins. So 4 shots tonight. I mean, then he missed the layup in the first half, and then got a foul, the double.
Dave, you're exactly right, and you know that's a fact. Not only does he missed the layup, would have tied the game at 15-15. They then go on. I don't think we score again, and you know, but you get a foul right after, you know, by not, and so it's one of those things that I think he knows. You know what I'm saying? It's frustrating that he's now a junior. That's the frustrating thing. What do you do when he is your most talented post guy? You know, what do you do? You know, in that regard. You know, I don't know. I think our kids are mentally locked up right now for whatever reason. We've tried everything under the sun to unlock them. We'll continue to do that. You know, because they are kids.
What do you say to a group like that to get them out? Obviously, you'd love to know what to say, but I'm just saying, you know.
I think you go back to work. You continue to stress the things that you're doing well. You know, like defending. But it's frustrating. That guys are working at making shots and shots aren't falling. I think it's frustrating. I know kids are coming in and working on the gun at night. I know they're doing. I don't know if it's almost overkill. You know what I'm saying? But you keep on supporting them. You keep on supporting them. You keep on working them, and you know, hopefully we'll snap out of it. You know, but it's one of those things where we're definitely not going to stop trying to figure it out. You know, we have too many talented young men. You know.
Do you look at your team as a team that's 2-13 or a team that's 0-1?
Not at all. 0-1. 0-1. 0-1. You know. I'll take the 2-12, but I look at these guys as 0-1 in that regard. Yeah, good question.
As far as getting ready and getting back after a game like this, what do you guys have to do to get prepared for Central coming up?
No, the Central is going to come in ready to play. It's league competition now, Kevin. Everybody it's a renewed hope, you know, across the country for everybody when you get into league competition. It changes everything, you know, for a lot of guys. Everything you did in the preseason is pretty much flushed out, especially on this level where we are. League play is the golden grail, which everybody's chasing. And so it's one of those things we have to go back and, you know, Central and Western play tomorrow and, you know, see what we can do in a couple of days to get ready.
Do think that it'll help, you guys have been kind of in this funk, I think it's the 7th straight, that, now that you're getting into MAC play, these are more familiar opponents versus these non-conference games that you play?
No, I think the only thing that helps is you get a W under your belt, honestly. That takes a lot of weight off of, off their shoulders, off their minds, but it's one of those things that we're not going, we're going to continue to try and stir it up and figure out what's going on in that regard.
How important is it to get a win against Central, especially since you're talking these are home games to start with?
I think they're all important. You know what I'm saying? Not to be, I think it's important just because of the fact that, it's the next game. It's important. It's important. I think we need to get one. We need to get one soon.
Is Will Cooper kind of like this year's Travis Lewis?
I don't.
Just looking at his stat lines and the way he plays, the hustle type of ball that he plays.
Well, that's how he should play. That's the type of player that he is. And the line that you look at, and he's disappointed. He still, he felt he gave New some buckets, not being solid versus gambling, like at the end of the half and one, and so, no, he's playing like, we need him to play, in that regard.
You all set?
Dave, you got one more?
Yeah,
Go
LJ.
ahead.
Did you think that LJ would be more productive at this point?
Absolutely.
I remember at the beginning of the year you were talking about
He was.
Medlock went down, but you felt that he would be all right.
And the one thing LJ was doing at the beginning of the year was hitting shots, open shots. He's in a funk. I mean, he's getting open looks. And, 0 for 4, 0 for 3, if we can get a couple out of him, we can get, that makes a big difference. I mean, I'm just looking. Solomon's 0 for 4. He makes 1 or 2. LJ, we need somebody else to step up and make open shots. Nothing more than making open shots. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,